make the mistakes. We thought we saw a mistake from Harrison Burton earlier on, as you see right there, nose to tail.
Oh, is that from the contact with Nick Sanchez?
That was like another inch an issue, maybe, for the 16 or something.
No,
right front down.
Yeah,
right.
Remember, he had that contact. He had that contact with the 40 Sanchez in turn 2 on the restart. Dylan, you got more?
Yeah, well, so you mentioned it. The right front splitter was kind of knocked askew, I think, from some of that contact earlier, and then it just, it sounds like cut the right front down. So they're going to come down here and just change right size and try to minimize time lost as much as they can.
It doesn't look like there's that much damage. I got to think something else is causing.
Well, small rubber, it got a cut there, and eventually over time that just ends up blowing the tire there. But I mean, not surprising for the 16-year, the way it's gone.
The other thing that's not surprising.
Yeah, look at Larson.
Right.
Drives around Almirola for third. Started 19th. And he has really done a nice job of just taking it as it comes, not over pushing the car, and just continues to put himself in position.
It hasn't been spectacular, right? Like I feel like typically when we think about Kyle Larson, we think about riding right against the wall. Something spectacular happening during the race, but you mentioned it. He's just picking them off one at a time. The pit crew did an exceptional job. He did a nice job getting on off pit road. And you got to think, if you're Connor Zilic or Justin Allgaier and you look in the mirror and you see the 17, you knew that he was going to get there at some point, but you better start working on your car because his lap times are really good, and he's going to be there at the end of this.
And you see HendrickCars.com in your mirror in the series right now. Kyle Larson at the wheel. That's an intimidating sight.
Top 5 looks a little different. You know, Allgaier's up there with Zilic. Larson now in third. Almirola back to fourth. Taylor Gray, the rookie, is in fifth. 10 to go, stage 2. Leader, you saw it side by side. Connor Zilic out in front.
Yeah, and these two cars very evenly matched. You know, Zilic was able to pass him, but as you could see how close the 7 can stay to him. And I think it's almost an advantage for Justin to be behind him because he can try to time his run out now. As you see Zilic right here,
Sort of
getting a little bit of a run, side drafts, gets him stalled out into the race. That pass doesn't happen. Justin pulls down. They're in the grass. Yeah, you're gonna make a block, but by him being in front, as you see on the lower right, it's kind of giving Justin that idea of being like, well, what do I need at the end of this race if this is the position I'm in?
But what it did do is allow that blue and white Chevy of Kyle Larson to get far closer when they got side by side. They lost about 6/10 to him. He was 2 seconds back. He lowered that to a second and a half, and now it's under a second back. If they get side by side again, he'll be right there.
You can cue the Jaws theme.
There it is. I was waiting for someone to say it.
Hey, how about the fact that Zilic has now led in 10 consecutive races? Let's get 88 team radio, followed by the 7 of Allgaier.
I just got tight again out front. I don't know. I feel like I started driving it harder.
He has pace though, about a 10 better. Yeah, way better balance-wise behind, but he's way worse out front, and now it's holding me up, you know what I mean? Yeah, we got you.
That's a first for me, to hear tighter.
That's the exact opposite.
Yeah, and clean air. Anything we would never know. But it seems to be a theme here today that's occurring, and that the cars are better in traffic, as we heard Justin Allgaier say, his balance is better.
Well, they're catching lap traffic here, which will play a role as well. Blaine Perkins, 31, last car on the lead lap. And we've got 4 laps to go, stage 2.
Well, in all honesty, it's a great position for the 88. If he's tight and clean air when they catch traffic, his car's going to turn better. It'd be interesting to see if he still feels that way as he's passing these lap cars.
And the only thing I can think is why you'd be tighter in clean air is you're obviously trying to carry more throttle. Throttle to the center of the corner, that sort of thing, so you're putting more load in the front tires as opposed to if you're behind someone, you're getting that draft lifting a little bit in the corner, letting the front set and get turned.
Saw Gase point him by in the 35.
Yeah, the timing of when you catch lap cars here is huge. If you can catch them halfway down the straightaway and be able to take your arc that you want into the corner, it's massive. Larson's timing of that right there was not good. He had to check up just a little bit, lost some momentum. You see the 19 right there behind him. Good position right here. He's going to be pitched off a little bit into the corner, but at least he's not held up at all.
I beg your pardon. David Starr driving the 35. Team car to Joey Gase, who's in the 53, has gone a lap down.
I grant you the pardon.
Yeah, I need all the help I can get.
Yep.
Them again, that's helping their lap time. Look how tight, though, the 7 can say to him is he's going to go for the lead.
I was thinking he probably wants to maybe get up there as we're getting 1 to go in this stage. If he gets that run.
Final lap, stage 2. Sam Mayer, who won the opening stage, lost ground on pit road. Not great in the early laps of the second stage. He's 7th right now. And his teammates out front.
And Atkins is already 1 lap down. He absolutely does not want to go 2 laps down here. He's going to fight really hard to hold off the 88 and the 7.
Yeah, they're going to get too wide right here. Connor's going to have a decision to make. That's good. They got single filed again. I think that helps him. Zillage right here with the 7 car. Being able to get a run. He's maybe going to get a little draft from Christian. We'll see if Justin packed a bunch of air on that left rear of the 88 the last time through here. Does he do it again? See if he pulls the headlight out. No.
It's going to be about this portion here from the exit of 4.
Off the corner, back to the start finish.
Let's get there.
We got a battle for the stage win. Who's it going to be? Zillage or
Allgaier,
Allgaier?
baby.
The lap vehicle is there at the line. It's going to be Justin Allgaier by a nose over Zillage.
And I thought Eckes was actually going to help Zillage being in that outside lane, but the side draft bogged him down so much.
That was perfectly played by the veteran in Justin Allgaier to make that move at the correct time.
File that back
there, old
later on. 7th stage win of the year for Allgaier. That's the best among any driver. His last stage win, Nashville, 7 races ago when he pulled into victory lane. I don't want to go 2 laps down, and the teammates behind him getting with it down the front straightaway. Allgaier able to get it done. Yes! Thank you very much. Stage 2 is done, and it looks like we've got a hijack on our hands, courtesy of Mr. Snake. The bad guys may claim to be good, but old habits are hard to break. Don't miss The Bad Guys 2 in theaters